Welcome in to this edition of USL Pro Weekly. My name's Nicholas Murray, very pleased to be joined by David Wagner. And David, very impressive weekend yet again by the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. They're 10 games undefeated, great comeback victory against the Harrisburg City Islanders, and then a very nice professional win against Antigua on Sunday afternoon. They're into the playoff places for the first time. Jose Angulo is into double-digit goals with 10 this season. What is going to trip the Riverhounds up at this point?
Well, I think at the beginning of the season, some of their issues were they weren't quite solid at the back. They were giving up some late goals, and they weren't just quite getting it done as far as finishing the match for a performance that maybe started well. I think that they've become more consistent throughout the season. They've learned how to finish a match, and then some of their players who weren't quite either scoring goals or making it happen, making that final pass through, are getting it done now. You look at a guy like Dahlman, or you look at a guy like Angulo, who you said who's actually, can't help but score right now. That's been the difference right now. What could trip them up? I guess they could kind of revert back to the form that they're in. No one's going to stay at the pace that they're on right now. It would be very difficult to continue to replicate that. That said, they can not replicate the mistakes that they made early in the season, and I think they can be a consistent team that makes the playoffs.
Now, another team that had a very good weekend was the Dayton Dutch Lions. They went out west. They had the most successful West Coast trip of any team in USL Pro so far. They pick up a win and a draw. No one's accomplished that against Phoenix and LA out west. And really nicely goal for them to grab that victory against the Blues and jump ahead of LA in the playoff picture. What are you seeing out of Dayton? They really seem to have really taken a big jump forward this year.
Yeah. First, we talk about that game against Phoenix, and I think that's been the MO of a lot of games against Phoenix this year, where two teams kind of come in and slug it out, grind it out kind of match. And unfortunately for Phoenix, it's meant a lot of draws and results that they maybe would have liked to have gone a different way. That said, Dayton came in and they played that game. Dayton's had a lot of back-and-forth games this season. They won on the road, got a big point there in a difficult circumstance, and then they turn around in a short amount of time, play LA, and just stuck in it the whole game. We all talked about how talented LA is. Just wasn't quite clicking for them on Sunday. Dayton sticks around, gets that goal, walks away with 3 points. Just a great result for him.
Dayton, obviously, they've been getting a lot of good goal scoring from guys like Gibson, Bardsley, but now Tiered Vestdijk comes in, grabs that goal. On the other hand, a team that hasn't been having any difficulty scoring goals is Orlando City.
No.
They had a great exhibition on Saturday night, more than 11,000 fans there. They lost 4-3 to Fluminense. Now they head up to Chicago Wednesday, quarterfinals of the Open Cup, and I think a massive incentive for them, not only to advance, but the chance to post a semi-final game at the Citrus Bowl, put them one step away from the Open Cup final. Huge incentives here for the Lions.
Definitely, yeah. They know what they're going to Chicago and what's on the line here. I think that actually the game against Fluminense, which I was at, tremendous atmosphere, great game actually, was a perfect little tune-up. They had been off, no USL Pro game this weekend. They come out there, and they're good players, do what they're going to do. I mean, Dom Dwyer comes out and scores a great goal right off the bat. Surprised at the season there, right, that he was going to do that at the beginning of the game. So I think it was a great tune-up. Everyone got some minutes in. Everybody got a little run out. I think they're going to come into Chicago fresh. Obviously, you have a Chicago team, which is playing well, had a great Open Cup win the other week. Mr. McGee is playing very well right now, but it's going to come down to see if Orlando can play the game that we all know they can. Plus, this time around, they're going to get their 4 Sporting Kansas City players back. I don't see any reason why they can't go up there and do the business again.
Now, we'll have an interview with Adrian Heath that we taped yesterday on this week's edition of USL Pro Weekly. You can look for that on Wednesday morning, and you can also watch the game Orlando City against the Chicago Fire at chicagofire.com. You can also watch that on the Chicago Fire's YouTube channel. For David, my name's Nicholas. We hope you enjoy that game, and we hope you join us on Friday for the weekend preview. Until then, bye for now.